So this one is called the five power or pancha phala, five power or the five strength or the five forces. Start from number one in this group. There are five things because they fall into the group of five. Number one is called sattha. You see the same again, sattha. Second is called effort or viriya. First one we hear the word viriya rampha, right? Viriya rampha. Now we see the word viriya again or effort. The third one is called mindfulness. Number four is called concentration or samadhi. And number five, you see the word wisdom again. It appears here again. Are they the same or they are not the same? This is what we learn in a moment, right? We learn about Vesaracha Karana Dhamma, the Dhamma that help us to improve self-confidence. We did talk about faith, sila, pahusacca, great learning, viryarampa, effort with joy, and number five, wisdom. Okay, we learned that already. And now the second topic, it happened to be in the same session. So it's good in a way, so we can compare. Then we can make differentiation and perhaps help us to understand Dhamma deeper, because the one that we are learning on the second one here is considered deep Dhamma, the Dhamma that support the enlightenment, to someone to achieve enlightenment. The Buddha start from faith again, and effort, avidya, and mindfulness, and concentration, and then wisdom. You see faith, same color, right? This one. Faith and viryarampa, number four, and effort here, and the panya here. So three of them already that repeat. Sattha, virya, and panya. Faith or confidence, effort or energy, and panya or wisdom. It's use the same terms. It use the same term, but it's the teaching fall into different group of Dhamma. So our job is to understand why the Buddha mentioned them differently and put them into different category. Okay, let's go from here. The word phala, you can think of power, you can think of force, you can think of strength. That's called phala. It's a Pali term called bala, B-A-L-A. And here is called pancha. Pancha means five, bala, okay, that means five power or five strength. There are five mental strengths that the Buddha mentioned, which again, it's one of the group of Dhamma that consider help one to achieve enlightenment. I will show you the picture in a moment. But here, the Buddha mentioned about five things, the five power that we should develop when it comes to spiritual developments to achieve liberations. First, called sattha. Second, called virya or effort. The third, called mindfulness. And the fourth, called samadhi or concentration. And the fifth, called panya or the wisdom, right? Here is the picture that I like you to see. Again, this one today, for this particular topic, it just cannot take 10-15 minutes to understand. But in this elementary level, somehow the curriculum designed like this for you to get to know what it is, okay? And maybe familiar with the name and the meaning first, and later on try to connect the dot by yourself. There is something called the 37 factors of enlightenment, or Bodhipakkhiya Dhamma. Bodhipakkhiya Dhamma. All of this, there are 47 Dhamma that support one to achieve enlightenment. You think of Satipatthana, we learned already. Sammapatthana, or the right striving or right effort, right? And the four base of mental power, Itipada. The five faculty or indriya or insi. And today we learn this one, number five, is called the five strength or the five phala. And number six, seven factor of awakening or Pochanka or Pochanko. And number seven is called the Noble Eightfold Path. All of this is equal 37 factor of Dhamma that support one to achieve enlightenment. But today, the five phala is something that we are focusing on. It's called the five phala. It appears here. The five phala, when developed, it helps us to overcome this lower quality of the mind. With faith, it helps to deal with belief. Again, it's belief with back up with wisdom, right? Confidence. born out of conviction. Effort deal with laziness. Lazy man cannot go anywhere in life. One he need to make an effort, then one can achieve something, right? And the mindfulness is antidote for heedfulness or carelessness. Concentration is an antidote for hindrances that we learned from the previous week. And the wisdom is the antidote for ignorance. When we have wisdom, then we know the thing that we should know. Then we know the true nature of things. That's called wisdom. Keep in mind that when we learn the five power or the five phala, this teaching help a man to achieve liberation or achieve enlightenment. Start from practice these five things. We talk about sattha already, right? Sattha mean what? Sattha or faith or confidence. When a man become a monk, he develop wisdom. He listen to the Dhamma. When someone listen to the Dhamma, that means a person acquire information, acquire right knowledge or true teaching or true knowledge into himself. He go to listen to the Dhamma. You think of the Buddha time. The Buddha gave the Dhamma talk to the crowd, and a man was sitting in the crowd. He listened to the teaching of the Buddha, and he reflect. Once receiving information through his ear, through his eye, the Buddha, the gesture of the Buddha, the manner of the Buddha, the sound of the Buddha go to the ear, and that information go through the mind. That's called Pahusatja, right? Great learning. He learned the Dhamma. And with that wisdom, he developed the right view, understanding, oh, the teaching of the Buddha is good. We born with suffering, there is a dukkha, there is a craving, there is a tanha, kama tanha, bhava tanha, vibhava tanha that cause us suffering, that keep us trapped in the realm of existence. It makes a lot of sense. And with that understanding, with that panya, he make an effort to become a monk, to live a lay life, to become a monk or spiritual, to live spiritual life fully. So he decided to become a monk because he have faith, he have confidence in the teaching. He want to following the teaching of the Buddha. He want to follow the footprint of the Buddha. So he live the lay life, become a monk's life or the monastic life, and he make an effort, persevere, right? Because monk need to observe precept, monk need to practice meditation. He develop mindfulness, he develop concentration to be a man of sati, a man of mindfulness, a man of concentration, a man of loving kindness, a man of compassion. So he developed all kind of quality of mind to become a good monk. So hoping that one day his mind will be liberated to achieve enlightenment and enter nibbana, just like many monks that walk down this path ahead of him. With faith, with faith, with effort, with mindfulness, with concentration, and with wisdom, with these five power, he can achieve enlightenment. He can achieve spiritual liberations. This is the picture that we can explain all of these five factor into one picture. Faith, start from faith. If no faith, then I don't think there will be any monk. You may not come to the teaching of the Buddha. You may not sign up for this class, this Dhamma class, because there's no faith in this program that will yield you any benefit. You don't have confidence, and the reason you have confidence that, hey, 15 weeks of my time will give me a lot of benefit in return of this investment for 15 weeks. With that wisdom, you have faith. With faith, you make an effort to continue for 15 weeks of study hard, go back, relearn, prepare for the class, prepare for the exam. You make an effort, right? At the same time, you also have to be mindful and practice meditation. Study Dhamma. The Dhamma book is unlike other books. The more you meditate, the more you understand what you learn. That's the beauty of study Dhamma. So this will give you the power to achieve in your class, achieve in anything in your life. But in this particular teaching, the five power, like I said, the Buddha grouped them together in this Bodhipakkhiyatham, which the Buddha gave to the monk who want to achieve Nibbana in the fast track, no delay. You practice all of these 37 of them, and 5 strengths happen to be listed here in among these 37 Dhamma that the Buddha teach in this particular group, which is called Bodhipakkhiyatham. So feel free to check them out. Okay, beautiful. This is a heavy topic. This is a detailed topic. All of the teaching of the Buddha, all of the meditation practice, all of sati sampajanya, they fall into these 37 things in this particular teaching. Even though the Buddha gave to the teaching of five power to someone who looking for spiritual liberation in the fast track, it doesn't mean that the lay person cannot do it. Like I said, you can apply this into your Dhamma study, in your Dhamma study journey as well, right? You must have faith. And faith comes from panya, ability to understand things clearly that, hey, Dhamma study will benefit me. Then you make an effort to finish the class. You are mindful, you are focused every time you come to the class. You prepare for the class, you put your eye, your ear to the class, and after the class is over, you go back and relearn. You persevere to understand. You persevere to prove the Dhamma that really benefit you, put into practice. And that's the five power. And later on, by cultivate this kind of habit, the habit of believe with wisdom, the habit of making effort, don't give up easily, the habit of being mindful, the habit of focus when it's time to focus. When you study the class, you don't turn on the music, you don't check your phone, you don't check your Facebook, you just focus with the teacher. That's called concentration. And then with that, all of this will help you to understand, oh, that topic, this is about this, and this is how I can put them into practice. This is how this Dhamma can benefit me. Okay, so you can apply this idea of the five power into your lay life as well. And when it comes to meditation life, that's even better, because now, do you really believe that a man can achieve nibbana? What is nibbana? We don't even know. And the Buddha mentioned about there is something called nibbana. I've been there, and I'm telling you, if you do this, you will realize the same thing as I did, or as other great monks in the past did, by walking down the Noble Eightfold Path. Utilize the concept of sila or morality, the concept of mind development, the concept of wisdom development, then you will realize the same thing. You can apply these five things. So develop your faith toward my teaching, the Buddha teaching, make an effort, okay, to continue to practice the teaching that you learn, and to live life to guard your sense door. You see, mindfulness help you to prevent the enemy, that the bad input that will come to your eye, your ear, your nose, your tongue, your touch, and your mind. So you develop mindfulness, and then you practice meditation, or you stay focused when you learn. You stay focused when you work. At the same time, wisdom will happen later on. See, the five power is very powerful. We learned already this one about Itipada, right? The four base of success. When we learn the Dhamma group 4, you see the word Viriya here. Viriya in delight, effort, enjoy doing it. To be success, you must love what you do. You must keep on doing until the job is done with a joyful mind, with energetic mind. And number 3, you have to stay focused, citta. And vimamsa is about you reflect. This is a wisdom element. Don't just keep on doing the wrong thing over and over. When it comes to meditation, you may sit for years without making any progress, because you continue to do what doesn't work for you. You can sit for 2 hours every day, but make no progress, because you never reflect. Is the technique okay? What went wrong? How come I don't experience something as the teacher mentioned? I have been sitting for many years. So don't just repeat what doesn't work. Stop doing it. Change your habit to continue doing what works for you. When you sit, do you feel relaxed? Do you feel joy? Do you like it? If the answer is yes, 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 then continue. If the answer is I'm not sure, answer is no, then stop, check, adjust, and then practice again. Okay, this is the idea of the vidya, or make an effort. Then you can be success with the thorough or deep reflection as well of whatever you are doing. The perseverance is the right effort. When you hear the word effort here, effort, I like you to think of the right effort that the Buddha mentioned in the Noble Eightfold Path. When you hear the word mindfulness and concentration as well, you think of what is the Buddha mentioned, the idea of right mindfulness and right concentration, because the Noble Eightfold Path is the blueprint, right, for a man who want to realize the spiritual nibbana, or achieve the spiritual liberations. So we need to keep that information in mind about the Noble Eightfold Path. What is right view? What is right thinking? What is right effort, what is right mindfulness. All of this should be, you should be remember kind of automatically. It should be by default. When we talk about Noble Eightfold Path, you should see that information right away in your mind. In this five power, the right effort is this one, right? Prevents unarisings of unwholesome state, to abandon unwholesome state that already arisen, to arouse wholesome state that have not yet arisen, and to maintain a perfect wholesome state that already arisen. This is what mentioned in the teaching of the Noble Eightfold Paths in the group of the right effort or Samma Vayama, which we talked about this already. And when it comes to the right mindfulness or sati, right mindfulness, the Buddha referred to the satipatthana. There are 4 areas that the mind can develop mindfulness: through the body, through the feeling, through the mind, and through the mind object. So I did mention the textbook or the sutra named Satipatthana. Please make sure you check them out. It's very useful when it's come for you to practice meditation. It gives you confidence. When you have right information, it gives you confidence when you practice by yourself. Without having right information, again, you may sit with doubt all the time. Okay, 5 ways to acquire wisdom first, and 5 ways to ask questions later on. And when it comes to samadhi or right concentration, this is what is said in the teaching of the Noble Eightfold Path. The last item, the last factor is called right concentration or the Samma Samadhi, right? There are all texts here. But the keyword that appears often here, you see the words, the first jhana, the second jhana, the third jhana, and the fourth jhana. This is, jhana has something to do with the right concentration, definitely explained by the Buddha himself. But for now, we're not here to discuss about the idea of jhana. I just want to pinpoint you to the information when we hear the word Samma Samadhi or the right concentration. Because here, right, we're talking about Samma Samadhi. This one is one of the 5 power. So we need to know where to find that information and what does the Buddha means. So right mindfulness first, and then right concentration follow. And when that happens, the 5 hindrances or the lower quality of mind will be suppressed. That's a person will experience something called a jhana, and which give to the feeling of peace and happiness. Okay, more and more refined of happiness, more and more refined form of happiness happening later on. So level of wisdom. The first one, Sutta Maya Panya, you acquire, you go learn. You don't know something, you go learn. And then you reflect, Cinta Maya Panya, you think of what you learn. Don't just learn and don't reflect. How can you adapt? How can you apply what you learn? And then later on, the highest level of wisdom is called Bhavana Maya Panya. Bhavana Maya Panya, the wisdom that comes from seeing. This, how can we see? Not seeing from this physical eye, right? Seeing from the Dhamma eye or the inner eye, which refer to the practice of meditation. Okay, Panya is like the light. Remove the darkness from the room. When you have Panya, you have the light to understand something that you don't understand before. And when you, with that understanding, it helps you to develop the right view to a thing. With the right view, then right thinking follow. When right thinking happening, then right speech and right action will follow automatically. That's how happiness come to be. So start from having the right understanding first.